You see, Ghana is a confused state now.
We're a confused state. That's serious.
We're confused structurally, ideologically, and in terms of what we are looking for. And I'll take time to explain.
Please do.
You know, when the white man came here, he had his objective. So, for example, he came to my great-grandfather at Axim. My great-grandfather came from Boire, and gave him a mirror. Look at me, how beautifully I'm dressed. And look at you, your skin is, yes, that's open and that. And that if you give me a piece of land, I will give you some clothes to wear. That's how gradually, in that infant stages, we got ourselves linked with the white man. At the point in time, we even had to go sign a bond with them, which lasted for over 100 years. It's been 68 years since we gained our independence. You know, I have lived my life in the pension industry. And if Ghana was a male or a human being, it should have been on pension for the past 8 years.
It's gone past retirement.
Gone past retirement, so it should have been matured by now. We are confused structurally because we still haven't come to grips that Ghana is a unitary country. We still haven't come to grips with that. And that in spite of the pension for people in those days saying that we wanted to go federal, albeit on a very parochial sense, because we have the gold and everything, so we want to be on our own. That's the beginning of the Matimuhu movement. We have Matimuhu. Do you know what it means?
Yeah.
I've moved myself from the Ghanaian enterprise. Kwame Nkrumah wanted to bring all of us together. You know, Moro, I'm forever grateful to Kwame Nkrumah that we should have another Kwame Nkrumah in Ghana.
Sorry, I'll have to rudely interrupt. As you can see on your screens, the president and his wife, Mrs. Lordina Mahama, have arrived. He's shaking hands with... Oh, okay. Today apparently is her birthday. That's Lordina Mahama. Happy birthday. I'll have to check. I'll have to check the age. But today is her birthday, and so for her, it's a double. How do you call it? It's double celebration for her. It's a birthday and also the birthday of Ghana.
Called that independent girl.
Yeah, that's interesting. And she, of course, shaking hands with the former president. That's Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. I haven't seen the former vice president there. I haven't seen him yet, but I hope he's there. And that's the vice president also flanked. He's flanked by the vice president on his right, as typically you'd see. And I believe that the national anthem is also being played. So shall we? I don't know. Annie, should we go and take the national anthem, or should we continue with our conversation? Okay, we're going to take the national anthem.
Problem with it. Am I on there?
The National Pledge.
The National Pledge. Up. I
Promise on my honor to be
faithful and loyal to Ghana, my motherland. Pledge myself to the service of Ghana. Hold in high esteem our heritage won for us through the blood and toil of our fathers, and I pledge myself in all things to uphold and defend the good name of Ghana. So help me God.
be seated. Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, we shall now commence today's program with opening prayers. We shall have the traditional Muslim and Christian prayers.
Well, so as you can see, the parade or the celebration has started. We'll go back to the Jubilee House, to the forecourt of the Jubilee House where the celebration is taking place. But for now, we have a very important conversation to have. So we're going to continue with it. And as and when I get instructions from Annie and the production team, we'll go straight to Jubilee and catch the action. Yes, sir.
In a dilemma, confused state.
Okay.
Structurally, we are still struggling about whether we took a right step in having a unitary state or have allowed ourselves in our compartments. But in those days, some of the states were stronger than others.
Yes.
And they were being defeated and being annexed, even by internal colonialists.
True.
Take the people of the northern region. How would they have become who they are today? That today we have northern presidents. You see, one of Sajifu, this dress I'm wearing.
Yes.
You know the name.
What was the name?
Nkrumah pencil.
Nkrumah what?
Pencil.
Nkrumah pencil.
Yes.
What's the story behind that?
I will tell you the story behind it. Let me finish my analysis.
Okay.
Simply put, Nkrumah gained independence through.
Oh, the brain. Right.
But they didn't go to war to win it.
Okay.
Brains and strategies.
Brain work.
You see, today, 68 years after independence, having enjoyed from the advantages of being a unitary state and having foolishly, with emphasis, truncated our forward march, no country in the world has been without crisis. No country has been in the world. In the Americans, War of Independence, Russians, in our case, in modern times, crisis, we call it COVID-Ukraine war. No country has not been without a crisis. But you don't truncate a process because there's a challenge. You understand what I'm saying? Now today, people would have loved to be in the federal state. Even today, some chiefdoms are raising themselves to become empires and kingdoms. And there are some states, if the president presents himself, the president would bend to greet the chief. In some areas, the president will instruct the chief to stand up to greet him. So we cannot use the institution of chieftaincy, to equate our aspirations. Okay? Today, he and I know that even in our homeland, people are buying stools, which they are nowhere near, for more reason, other reasons than serving their people. So that, like I'm saying, we cannot use the chieftaincy paradigm to define our crisis. We cannot also use the unitary state as our problem, because there are other countries that have flourished. Look at the Germany.
Yeah.
You had the West Germany, the East Germany. Eventually, they decided that, look, to go forward, you have to come together.
But Germany is a federation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's still a federation.
I'm coming there.
But it's a point he's building, yeah.
You see, federation in itself does not solve the problem we have. Because in our case, some started before others. Anytime I saw the Yagbonwura, I said, yes, we are arriving. Anytime I saw the Awomofia, we have arrived. But what about my Western chiefs? What of them? What about my Central Region chiefs? You see, so even in the chieftaincy institution, we are not giving them the same equality and equation. So if we want to fashion our national structure on chieftaincy, we're going to have to solve the problems we are facing.
Not chieftaincy.
Now, if you want to also use linguistics as a domain for development, there's a lot of good for that, because the Japanese, the Chinese use their local languages. Look, you go to a school and they are introducing a child
To Mandarin.
to a child at Alabankata, right? Or he has been taught from his childhood as a hunter. And all of a sudden, he says, if B squared is equal to A squared is equal to that. Right from the word go, he said, who is B? Because he knows B to be his sister in the house. He's confused. But other nations have come to understand that if this was taught in his native language, he would have understood the concepts better. So why for 68 years we have not come to understand this? More than 68 years ago, somebody with a head on his neck, with a brain in it, decided that I am establishing the Jumaku School of Languages so that some key languages can be taught there for our national development. Go to Jumaku now. They are now doing religion, economics, and marketing. That's why I'm saying that we are confused, aren't we?
No, they probably have evolved.
Evolved.
Yes.
If you evolve,
To
you
meet
evolve
modern-day
positively.
challenges.
Don't evolve negatively.
Okay.
We have evolved into a quasi-European
Entity. Because School of Languages, we're
are not-
expecting that on Metro TV, some of your programs will be done in Nzima. Today, as I'm speaking here, my grandmother in my does not even understand what I'm saying.
That's true.
You see, that is why for a long time GBC was that prominent, because they would do the Akan and the other languages
And Zuma was on Friday.
on Friday.